Warning, this video will be handling the topic of suicide, depression, and will contain full spoilers on the themes of the Midnight Rainbow and Cloudless Blue routes of Tsukihime. So last time I promised that I'd be giving a video about CL's route. That won't be happening. Unfortunately, having finished the route, I don't feel that it's fair to those who haven't played the game to have it ruined for you. I highly encourage you to buy the game, get the game on sale, hell, watch a playthrough of it and experience this story for yourself. However, I promised a fourth video, and I've been staring at the screen for a few hours now, trying to figure out what I should write, what to say, what can I say about CL and the Midnight Rainbow arc of Tsukihime. So I'm just gonna out and out say, it's a 10 out of 10. I read the entire thing in a voice call with my buddy Alex, or Cape_Mighty on Twitter, who you should definitely follow, and it was a life-changing experience in its own way. I hold media in two different tiers, tearing up and shedding a tear or two. There's yet to be a piece of media that legitimately made me ugly cry. However, this game falls under the classification of I shed tears 3 times over the course of this read-through. CL's story was incredibly mature, and it made me remember a time in my life where I was going through some very similar thoughts, but that's enough dilly-dallying. Let's talk about CL. Full spoilers ahead, so if you want to read Tsukihime, or you're in the middle of your read-through, click off or mute this video and do something else so YouTube thinks that people are watching my videos and pushes them out to people. This will be a short one, so if you've made it into these first few minutes, thanks for making it this far. If you've been following the journey since January, then I appreciate your dedication, and I have some big games in store for next month. If this is the first time you're watching, then a sub would be hugely appreciated. If you want to financially support me, I do have Patreon. $5 gets your name in the video, $10 gets your name, and a personal message included. Let's get to it. So CL is your upperclassman, the unofficial student council president, and people's general favorite curry-eating extraordinaire. And she's probably in the top 10 characters that I've had the pleasure to follow in a visual novel. I still like Yuka from Gore Screaming Show more, but that's a story for another video. And it's all a clever mask for what's going on underneath. CL was one of the reincarnations of Roa. She was forced to kill her family, her entire home village, then having her body abandoned, leaving her a half-human, half-vampire. The church captured her and tortured her every day for 6 months trying to kill her, but had no success. So they realized she would be an amazing asset, and they made her into an executor. However, they stripped her of her real name, renaming her CL. For most of her life, CL has been incredibly ruthless, willing to do anything to kill a vampire, like staying in the sewers for a year to have a chance at getting one. So what's this brutal woman doing being as sweet and kind to someone like Shiki? Well, it goes back to the Arcuate roots. The church knows that Roa is in the Tono bloodline, and the only likely suspect is Shiki, as no one knows about the other Shiki's accident as a kid. But I'm not trying to just recap the story. The fact of the matter is, CL's been faking her way through her entire life, and it comes to a head in this one scene. CL is crouched on the ground, feeling entirely lost. Her partner was trying to kill her. She feels she's unworthy of the love she's receiving from Shiki, and she's trying to give up, till she sees someone behind her. This is her ideal version. The version she wants to be, but can't because she views herself as an evil, vile monster CL, when who she really is Alicia. Or at least that's my take on it. CL needs to fight, but it's not physically. She's fighting to feel something, to be able to cry, to smile freely of her own volition, and we do see this in both endings. In the Midnight Rainbow ending, Shiki dies during the final battle, experiencing for a moment what an ideal life with CL would have been like. Till she ruins it all, mentioning her parents. A small slip-up, which makes me think this would have been her ideal life. Parents alive, friends, the man she loves, and it all breaks. Shiki resuscitates to see the horrible truth. She has given her life to save him. And he goes on to become an executor, trying to save her life, in what I think would be an amazing spin-off, like that one Dead End in Gore Screaming Show. Man, I've really got that on the mind today. I should reread it soon. Where was... Oh, right, the true ending. In the true end, we watch as CL lets down her biggest weakness, letting someone save her. Shiki almost kills himself, saving CL from, spoiler, redirecting a star and cutting into, spoilers, deathline. And he sees again in an ideal future, but CL isn't there. Almost like CL is trying to distance herself because she thinks it'll be better for him. But that's not what he wants. He wants a future with the woman he loves, and he wakes up. CL is over him worried about his physical state, and it looks like, spoiler, saved his life by giving up their own life for his. He's severely wounded but alive. With the sun rising, both of them fully human once more, and nothing ahead of them but their own futures, as the credits roll. This and Arcuid's story cut very deeply for me. Arcuid spent 800 years cutting people off away from her, feeling like as soon as she lets someone in, she's going to get hurt, so what's the point? May as well just emotionally shut away, get the job done, and then go away. But on the other hand, Ciel's been hiding the truth, trying to make this idealized version of herself so no one will recognize that she's a monster, in air quotes. And there was a time in my life where I was the same way. I'll never pretend I'm perfect. I'm not this ideal beacon of humanity, even though I try to create a positive and safe space for everyone. And I may have blown details out of proportion in my mind, hurting myself more, because I felt like I deserved it, but when I was 17, at the beginning of COVID, I hurt some of my best friends with my own selfish actions. And since then, a few of us have made up. However, not all of us because of what I did. And I'm not going to go into the details, but it was my fault. Over the years, I've learned how to move on from it, how to correct myself, and I'm glad that at least me and one of my friends have made up since then. I miss my old friends sometimes, but it's one of those things of knowing that it's all over, and all I can do is live my new life with the knowledge of how to be better. And that's one of the biggest themes of Ciel's route. Early on, she talks about how we all make mistakes, and it's how we repent and move on that makes us human. This advice is directed to Shki after killing Arcuid in her apartment that time. However, it's also what she needed to hear. It's what I could have used years ago when I was at my lowest. Healing is painful. Healing takes time. And every day we get a little closer to recovery. And I'm so glad that I had the chance to read this masterpiece. Wow, that was more of a trauma dump than a Tsukihime review, but I feel that's almost kind of what the Midnight Rainbow route was. Sorry for the short video, but I at the very least wanted to talk about it as proof that I read it. I was thoroughly captivated with the entire story, and I really can't wait for its sequel, Tsukihime Other Side of the Red Garden, to come out. This visual novel was stunning as hell. It had amazing fights, an amazing soundtrack, excellently orchestrated fights, wild cinematics during fights. Nasu wrote a masterpiece with lots of war. I mean, seriously, Arcuid pulls out a whiteboard, and lots of heartfelt moments. If I could give it 11 out of 10, I would, but I'm the one who making the rules and I have to follow them. Azrael editing the video, give yourself a cookie for getting 4 videos out in March. For now, thanks for watching, and be the change you want to see in the world. To those of you who made it this far, have a little teaser for something I'm working on in the background. Look, she seems so happy. Incredible. Just incredible. Amazing. She must have felt so good. That man also looks delighted. She's the one who made him happy, right? This is true salvation, right? To save someone means to accept their love. So that's what it means to be yearned for from the bottom of their heart, to respond to their desire, to offer them your everything. It's so beautiful. I also want something like that to happen to me. Me too. One day.